Houston, you have a problem. Its first name is River, last name is Hogs. They're 3-0 and not even JJ Watt going full Hulkamania can save you today. First play of the game, DeShaun Watson fires for DeAndre Hopkins. It hits Jatavis Spearman in the back and is picked off by Ken Crawley, and the River Hogs immediately take over in Houston territory just 4 seconds into the game. River Hogs' first play is a give to Darrell Williams, who gets caught on blockers but still manages to pick up 10. Then 3 plays later, 2nd and 6, Mahomes hits Tyreek Hill for 12 yards down to the Houston 12. But on 3rd and 14, Mahomes tries to squeeze it into Sammy Watkins, but it's knocked away by Kayvon Webster. Harrison Butker comes on and puts it through from 32 yards out, and the River Hogs take a 3-0 lead. Texans turn again, and on 3rd and 4, Watson finds Jordan Matthews, who makes the catch, avoids a tackle, and picks up 13 and a fresh set of downs. Next play, Watson with the play fake and looking to throw and goes downfield for DeAndre Hopkins for 26 yards, well into Portland territory. 2 plays later, Watson again throwing and finds Ryan Griffin over the middle for 14 to set up 1st and goal. And on 2nd and goal, the give goes to Deontay Foreman, who runs right through Eric Berry into the end zone, and the Texans respond with a touchdown drive to take a 7-3 lead. A River Hogs 3-and-out gives it back to Houston, who goes right back to work as Watson hits Ryan Griffin for the 16-yard gain. Then on the next play, Watson again with the play fake and looks to throw, moves to his right and fires to Hopkins. Crawley is there but doesn't react. Hopkins makes the catch and picks up 37 yards. But next play, Watson fakes, but protection breaks down, and Justin Houston gets in for the sack and loss of 10. Then on 3rd and 19, Watson looking to throw, moves to his left and starts to scramble before firing to DeAndre Hopkins, who makes the toe tap catch for 23 yards and a 1st down. And on the next play, Watson back to the air and hits Jordan Matthews right at the goal line for the 13-yard score, and the Texans push their first quarter lead up to 14-3. Second quarter now, and on 3rd and 3, Mahomes hits Travis Kelce on the crosser for 9 yards and a 1st down. Next play, and it's Mahomes back to Kelce for 15 more and another 1st down across midfield. 3 plays later, 3rd and 9, Mahomes looking to throw and feels the backside pressure and scrambles, hops away from a tackle, picks up the 1st down, taking it down to the Houston 30. But then on 3rd and 5, Mahomes with a dangerous pass that gets knocked away, bringing up a 4th down, and a 41-yard Harrison Butker field goal, which is up and good and cuts the Texans lead to 14-6. But then first play of the Texans drive, Watson play fakes, loads up and goes deep for DeAndre Hopkins. Ken Crawley knocks it away, and what looked like a good defensive play turns out to be a flag and a 56-yard pass interference on Crawley, setting up Houston inside the 20. But the River Hogs would hold, as on 3rd and 11, Watson looks to throw and decides to scramble. Lots of green in front, but he refuses to go forward, and it costs him a 1st down as he's knocked out just shy of the marker. Former Chief Cairo Santos comes on and puts it through from 28 yards out and pushes the lead back to 11. River Hogs looking to answer, but faced with a 3rd and 16, Mahomes gets great protection and throws to a wide open long Winborn, who decides to just do nothing and lets it fall incomplete. Andy Reid can't believe it and gives him the hangry death stare. So Texans get the ball back but can't extend the lead, as on 3rd and 6, Watson throws to Jordan Matthews, but it falls incomplete. And then on the first play following the punt, Mahomes loads up and fires deep for Travis Kelce, who's gonna make the catch before pressing A, which stands for awful, which is exactly what tackle battles are. Kelce takes it into the end zone for the 80-yard score, but the extra point would be blocked, because of course it would. So the score remains 17-12 with 5:18 left to go in the half. Texans trying to respond, but on 3rd and 1, Deontay Foreman is bottled up and can't pick up the first, so another Texans punt gives it back to Portland. And faced with a 3rd and 10, it's vintage Mahomes as he steps up, gets a great block from Brandon Oliver, moves to his right and throws deep downfield to a wide open Tyreek Hill. He makes the catch and takes it in from 68 yards out, and the River Hog offense explodes for 2 long touchdowns in a matter of minutes to take a 19-17 lead. Texans desperately trying to answer, and on 3rd and 2, Watson fakes and hits Lamar Miller for the 1st down, but holding on Cameron Fleming brings it back. And on 3rd and 11, Watson just hands it off. Foreman picks up 5. Andy Reid calls timeout, setting up another Texans punt where Portland brings the heat. John Ryan gets it away and doesn't appear to hardly even be touched, but a flag comes out, and it's roughing the kicker on Jatavis Spearman, so another highly questionable call, and Texans with another shot before half, but on 3rd and 4 from midfield, Watson throws a screen that falls incomplete, and the score remains 19-17 headed into half. Third quarter now, and after a River Hog punt pinned Houston deep, 3rd and 9, and Watson moves to his right, fires downfield, but Eric Berry is patrolling the secondary and picks it off, and Portland sets up shop at the Houston 34. But on 2nd, Nate Mahomes drifts too deep in the pocket, and Adrian Claiborne comes off the edge for the sack, setting up 3rd and 16, where Mahomes looks to throw, dumps it short to Darrell Williams, just trying to get into field goal range, but Williams runs through a tackler to pick up 17 and gets the first down to keep the drive alive. 2 plays later, 2nd and 9, and Mahomes is going to find his favorite target, Travis Kelce, for 21 more, setting up 1st and goal, where from 2 yards out, Spencer Ware takes the carry and runs through 2 Texans to get into the end zone for the score, and after giving up 14 unanswered earlier, the River Hogs respond with 20 unanswered of their own and take a 26-17 lead. Texans desperately need a response, and on their first play, Watson looks to throw, moves to his right and decides to scramble, picking up 17, takes a hit but hangs on for the Houston first down. 2 plays later, it's Lamar Miller with one of his few good carries as he picks up 12, taking it into Portland territory. But then on 3rd and 3, the give goes back to Miller, who looks like he has it but gets stuffed right at the first down marker, setting up 4th and inches. Bill O'Brien opts to go conservative, sending out Cairo Santos, who is good from 47 yards out, making it 26-20. Ensuing drive, 3rd and 5, Mahomes throwing and fires over the middle to Long Winborn, who decides he'd like to make the catch this time, picking up 11 and a first down. But then on 3rd and 8, Mahomes throwing again and tries to fit one into Tyreek Hill. Lots of contact, but no flag. It falls incomplete, and Portland has to punt it away. So Houston with a chance to take the lead, and on their first play, Watson is going to play fake and find Will Fuller over the middle for a gain of 17 and a first down. Then on the first play of the 4th, it's 15 more yards as Watson fits one into Ryan Griffin for another first down, but another 3rd and short where Houston can't convert as they give to Foreman, who loses a yard, forcing a Texan punt. River Hogs go 3 and out, giving it right back to Houston, where DeShaun Watson hits Lamar Miller for 13 and a first down to start the drive. 2 plays later, it's Watson looking to throw and connecting with DeAndre Hopkins for another first down at midfield, but once again, holding on Cameron Fleming brings it back, making it 2nd and 20. And on 3rd and 16, Watson with the play fake and looking to throw, great protection, and has Will Fuller open, but Eric Berry with the great play to get his hand in there and knock the ball loose, forcing another Houston punt. However, Portland punts it right back, and the Texans finally starting to move the rock as Watson hits Jordan Matthews for 13 near midfield. 3 plays later, 3rd and 6, and the Texans convert as Watson hits Will Fuller for 12 yards to the Portland 39. 2nd and 10, and Watson and the Texans again pick up a first down through the air as Ryan Griffin makes the 13-yard catch. But after a false start makes it 3rd and 14, Watson throws again to Griffin, well short of the marker. River Hogs rally to make the tackle to bring up 4th down and bring out Cairo Santos, who cuts it to 3 with the 40-yard field goal. But ensuing drive, 2nd and 12 for a dormant River Hog offense, but Mahomes stands in and fires over the middle to Sammy Watkins, who has the first down, and much more as he finds a crease and is on his way to a 74-yard touchdown. And just like the first half, the Portland offense is quiet for an extended period of time, but then explodes for a long score to push their lead to 10. Texans refusing to go quietly though, as on their first play, Watson hits Hopkins for 15 and a first down. 2 plays later, it's Watson to Hopkins again, this time for 20 as they enter enemy territory. Then out of the 2-minute warning, 2nd and 5, and Watson hits Jordan Matthews down the seam for another pickup of 20. But then on the next play, Watson looking to throw and tries to go to Hopkins one too many times, and Steven Nelson is there to make the interception with 1:39 to go. Houston still has 3 timeouts, and they get the ball right back. And on their first play, Watson looking to throw, moves to his right and heaves one downfield and finds Jerron Brown for the 46-yard catch. So just like that, Houston back in business. And on the next play, Watson looking to throw, nowhere to go, so he keeps it. Deuce Douglas's button doesn't register, and the rest of the River Hogs secondary is doing the bird box challenge, and Watson takes it in from 19 yards out to cut it back to 3. Texans need the onside, but Cairo Santos hits a grounder right to shortstop Sammy Watkins, who fields it and puts a cap on this one. Bill O'Brien flabbergasted as ever as the River Hogs come out of the gate slow, make a few big plays to take the lead, and then with a 3-point lead late, count on their offense to make another huge play, and they come away winners and stay undefeated. DeShaun Watson finishes with 384 yards passing, but does throw the 3 interceptions, while Patrick Mahomes goes for 388 yards of his own and throws for 3 touchdowns to no interceptions. Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, and Travis Kelce all go over 100 yards receiving and catch touchdown passes. Houston will take their 2-2 record into their bye week next week, while the 4-0 River Hogs will go back home to host the 0-3 Titans, who are coming off their bye. Alright guys, so another close win there in a game very similar to the ones we've played thus far. Started a bit slow as I was a little rusty. That was the first game of Madden I've played in about a month or so that's why things started a little slow there. But as things progressed, we made some nice plays and come away with a W and moved to 4-0, putting us in a real good spot early on in the season and heading into a 3-game home stretch before we play 6 of our last 9 on the road. But moving into the roster management, we only had 1 negotiation this week, but again, it's going to be with a pretty key player in Kendall Fuller, who is our top corner. The fair offer for him was $31.2 million over 4 years, with 11 of that guaranteed, and we were able to bump that up slightly to avoid an immediate rejection and locked him up to a 4-year $33 million deal with 11.2 of that guaranteed. Moving on, no new draft story, so we head right into the draft board where we added 1 corner in Vincent Haynes. This is another fairly weak draft class for corners. There's only 2 projected as first rounders, and the other had C+ for both of his first 2 attributes. And then the other 2 players we added were edge rushers in Adrian Daniel out of Notre Dame and Charles Milborn out of UTEP. Edge rusher isn't the biggest need for me with D Ford and Justin Houston, and then even Breland Speaks as well, but Houston is going to have a ridiculous cap number next season and is also kind of on the decline, so parting ways with him is a definite possibility. But with that, we go across the CFM with scores from week 4, where things kicked off on Thursday night with the Falcons destroying the 49ers 42-10. Moving to Sunday, the Ravens also dominate, beating the Steelers 42-24. Bears take down the Broncos 31-21, while the Jaguars beat the Colts 17-14. Lions also win by a field goal, but in overtime over the Packers. Bengals get their first win over the Dolphins. Rams beat the Bucks. Patriots also pick up their first win in the post-Tom Brady era, beating the Jets 28-17. Browns fight hard but ultimately fall to the Seahawks 31-24. Raiders beat the Vikings, who continue to struggle. Cowboys go to overtime with the Cardinals and pick up a 33-27 win. Then on Sunday night, the Panthers win by a field goal over the Giants, and to cap off the week, the Redskins win 21-17 over the Eagles. So taking a look at the standings, starting in the AFC, the Bills were idle and maintained their early lead in the East. The Ravens hammer the Steelers, making them the early favorites to take the North. The Jaguars moved to 4-0 and now hold a 2-game lead over the Texans in the South, and it's a similar story in the West as the Broncos lose, putting them in a tie with the Raiders at 2-2, and both trail us by 2 games through the first quarter of the season. On the NFC side, the Redskins are 3-1 and a game ahead of the Giants and Cowboys in the East. In the North, the Lions and Bears are also 3-1 and both a game ahead of the 2-2 Packers, while the Vikings remain winless. The Falcons are the NFC's lone undefeated team, but only hold a game lead over the 3-1 Panthers. And then out west, the Rams have a game lead over both the Cardinals and 49ers. The Patriots lost Tom Brady following last season, and to replace him, they took quarterback Scott Cleveland out of Stanford, and he takes home the AFC Offensive Player of the Week for Week 4. Cleveland was 31 of 39 passing, throwing for 377 yards and 4 touchdowns in the Patriots' 28-17 win over the Jets. On the NFC side, Devontae Freeman of the Falcons had a huge Thursday night against the 49ers, rushing for 158 yards at a 7.9 yard per carry clip, and also added 4 touchdowns on the ground as the Falcons stayed undefeated and easily dispatched the 49ers 42-10 in Atlanta. Defensively, CJ Mosley of the Ravens put up a ridiculous 18 tackle performance against the Steelers, with 15 of them coming by way of the solo variety. Mosley also dropped Steeler quarterback Ben Roethlisberger for a sack to help the Ravens pummel the Steelers 42-24. As for the NFC, Byron Jones was only in on 2 tackles in a game that went to overtime for the Cowboys, but the 5th-year corner out of UConn did his damage through the air, picking off Cardinals quarterback Sam Bradford twice, including a a 14-yard pick six as Dallas took down Arizona 33-27 in overtime. Moving to the league leaders, Carson Wentz continues his strong start, leading the league in passer rating with a 119.6 mark. DeShaun Watson added 384 yards to his season total against us and continues to lead the way in passing yards. And then for passing touchdowns, we have a new league leader as Sam Bradford takes the top spot from Blake Bortles as he's thrown for 11 passing touchdowns on the year. Moving to the rushers, Le'Veon Bell holds on to the top spot with 456 yards rushing on the season. Alvin Kamara loses his spot atop the rushing touchdowns to division rival Devontae Freeman, whose 4-touchdown performance gives him 5 on the year. And then with the week off, Dion Lewis remains at the top with his 7.3 yard per carry average. For the 4th consecutive week, a Green Bay Packer leads the league in receptions, with Devontae Adams taking the top spot back from teammate Curtis Gorin with 32 catches. Adams also takes the top spot in receiving yards from T.Y. Hilton as he sits 11 shy of 400. And then Cooper Kupp of the Rams pulls into a tie for the top spot with 5 touchdown catches. And then lastly, the defensive leaderboard sees the same 3 players at the top of their respective categories as Eric Kendricks leads the way in tackles with 45, Von Miller leads the way in sacks with 7, and then Patrick Peterson adds another interception, giving him 5 picks through 4 games. As we take a look at what week 5 brings, things kick off on Thursday night with a matchup between a pair of 2-2 teams as the Packers travel to Dallas. Moving to Sunday, a big NFC South game starts things off with the Falcons headed to Carolina, Jets at Bills, Redskins at Bears on a matchup of 3-1 teams, Ravens with a chance to bury their division rival Browns early on in the season, Eagles at Vikings as both teams off to disappointing starts, Saints at Colts, Titans at River Hogs, and Bengals at Cardinals. Rams also with an opportunity to bury a division rival as they travel to Seattle at 3-1 to take on the 1-2-1 Seahawks, Lions at Chargers, Broncos at Raiders. Then on Sunday night, the Steelers at 2-2 head to Jacksonville to take on the 4-0 Jaguars, while Monday night plays host to a pair of 1-3 AFC East teams as the Dolphins head to New England to take on Scott Cleveland and the Patriots. Texans, Giants, Niners, and Bucks all have the week off. But that's going to wrap up things here, guys. Another win, and we're sitting at 4-0. So like I said before, a real good spot to be in. Hope you guys enjoyed the highlights, commentary, and around the league news and mock-ups. Join me next video as we take on the 0-3 Titans, who, with the way all Madden works, will probably kick our 4-0 asses, but we'll have to wait and see on that. I appreciate you guys sticking through my break and the hiatus. A lot more Madden to come, but for now, thanks for watching.